As I'm sure you know, not only am I behind on my movie reviews, I'm behind on my countdowns of best and worst of the month. And even though it's the beginning of June, I still haven't done my countdowns for April. So time to do that. I've only seen 13 movies in April, which isn't all that much compared to my other lists. And I don't even have enough that I consider a top 10 of April yet. Now, of course, I haven't seen all the movies in April, and so as a disclaimer, these are the movies I have not seen yet, that I am interested in seeing. Whether it's just because I want to review them, or because I'm actually legitimately interested in them. The Dead Room, 13 Cameras, The Adderall Diaries, Hostile Border, Pandemic, Term Life, a thriller with Vince Vaughn in it. I couldn't believe that. The Girl in the Photographs, which looks really terrible. The Invitation, which I actually really want to see. Sky, Kill Your Friends, Holidays, Louder Than Bombs, Colonia, Barbershop, The Next Cut, Criminal, Mother's Day, which I've heard is awful, The Empire of Corpses, The Dark Horse, Tale of Tales, Fan, and those are just the ones that are available to me right now that I can see. There's also Miles Ahead, Kill Me Deadly, Demolition, April and the Extraordinary World, Everybody Wants Some, Sing Street, A Hologram for a King, The Man Who Knew Infinity, and a few more. The list can go on and on. There was a lot in April. So since I only have enough good movies in April to make a top 8, let's do a top 5 and just give 3 honorable mentions. Honorable mentions would be Justice League vs. Teen Titans, Keanu, and Hello, My Name is Doris. Those are my honorable mentions for April, and those were some pretty good movies. Actually, I thought April was a really great month this year, because a lot of the movies I do like from April, while none of them are 5 stars, a lot of them are really near my top. Even Hello, My Name is Doris, I think is somewhere in my top 20s. My 5th favorite movie of April so far is Eye in the Sky. I found it to be a really great thriller. I was on the edge of my seat almost the entire time. It even managed to be a very engaging and thrilling political thriller as well as a suspense-filled one. And the trailer for the film looked like it would be really awful, but I really enjoyed this movie. Great overall cast, and even though I feel that Good Kill is a better film, I think this is a more mainstream and a more engaging and thrilling film of the two. If you're looking for something exciting, if you're looking for a thriller that has some smarts to it, Eye in the Sky is one to go see. Or at least wait till you can rent it, because I don't think it's in theaters anymore. I mean, it came out in April. My number 4 is a movie that came straight to DVD, or at least went to limited theaters, but was available on Netflix, which I got to see it on Netflix Instant, and I'm glad I did. Number 4 is Hush. It's a home invasion film that is actually really smart. I watched this movie again, this time with my sister, and I actually had a blast watching it with her. Because while we watched the film, she would tell the character, well, why don't you do this? Shouldn't she do this? This is how I would do. And it's funny because as soon as she would say something like along those lines, the character would do it, almost as if expecting the audience would start questioning and saying, why doesn't she do this? And it's a home invasion thriller where our main character is deaf and mute, making things very complicated. I feel the middle got a little slow and a little repetitive, but upon seeing it the second time, I didn't really feel that way as much as I did when I first watched it. It's a simple thriller that's done very well. Now, I won't talk too much about my number 3 because I uploaded it finally about a week ago or so, and my number 3 from April is Green Room. If you love Blue Ruin, if you like that movie, and you want to see more from that director, see Green Room, because most likely you will not be disappointed. Now, my number 2, I believe, is the number 1 for most people, because a lot of people say, oh, this was the one good movie to see in April. Now, I have met a few people that hated this movie, which is honestly surprising to myself, but my number 2 is The Jungle Book. The child actor isn't the greatest, but during the moments where he needs to be and where it counts, he is great. The CGI animals and the environment is very realistic, and even though it sometimes clashes with our main hero, our main live-action character, it's very few and far between. I feel it's a great reimagining of a classic Disney film, and one that's more mature and more fleshed out. However, my number one from April is a non-stop action film, all in the first person. It is Hardcore Henry. What more could you want from it? It's supposed to be a non-stop action movie, and as long as you don't feel that it's too shaky, as long as you can handle the first-person perspective, and you just want to see a really violent good time, Hardcore Henry is the best thing for you so far this year. I had a blast watching the film, I just can't help it. It was just that great in terms of action films. Now, I do feel there is a little bit of subtlety with the character, and I do feel that there is smarts within the plot and within the twist and the overall experience of the movie. I just feel it's little things that can be overlooked completely if you think it's just going to be a dumb action film, and especially if you get motion sickness from the entire experience, then obviously you're not going to spot a few of the more subtler things. So that's a quick rundown of my favorite films of April that I've seen so far. And what are your thoughts? What are your favorite films from April, if you can remember which movies came out in April? And if you like this video and want to see more, please subscribe and check out my videos. I've got countdowns, movie reviews of 2015 and 2016. As always, this is Bruce Gifford, and this was Just My Opinion.